Hi, my name's Russ, and my YouTube channel is Russ Airsplanes. So yesterday there was a very critical incident that happened en route between Painfield up in Seattle and San Francisco. A jump seating pilot, which is a pilot who's allowed in the cockpit, sits in the jump seat that is an extra seat in the cockpit in the flight deck. And that pilot has access to that seat because he or she carries a pilot certificate, current medical certificate. They've been screened by the TSA, and they are on a computerized system that allows them access to the cockpit. It's a great benefit that's provided for all pilots of all major airlines and all regional airlines. It allows pilots to travel, to get to work, to get home from work. But apparently yesterday on this flight, the pilot got to the cockpit, made a comment about not feeling right, and then tried to shut down both engines using the fire handles. The fire handles, when pulled, shut off fuel to the engines and perform a number of other tasks that are automatic, but it's a very serious event to have both engines shut down in flight. The engines were not shut down in this case, but the pilot attempted to pull them, and he was moved to the back of the airplane by the working crew and subdued and arrested when they arrived. They diverted to Portland. The flight was scheduled to fly from Everett, Washington to San Francisco, where they diverted to Portland en route, and he was taken off by the police and FBI, and he's been charged with 83 counts, I believe, of attempted murder. So very big deal, a very, very bad breach of security when a pilot makes it to the flight deck and tries to pull fire handles. Here's some audio from our friends over at a website that tracks both flight tracks and air traffic control communications. The site is Support the Flight. This is Vast Aviation. Victor runs it. So here you probably can't hear it clearly, but the pilots are talking to the controller about they have subdued this pilot. They've got him to the back of the airplane behind the locked pilot door, and he has been kept out of the cockpit through the locked doors, and both engines were kept running, and they're diverting to Portland to have this person arrested. So the controller just asked the pilots to declare the level, basically the level of violation that occurred, and there are a number of different levels, and of course this is the highest level of threat that can happen on an aircraft, would be a breach of the flight deck. So very serious. I'm sure it's going to be all over the news within a few hours, and so
okay, I'll just give you a heads up. We've got the guy that tried to shut the engines down out of the cockpit, and he doesn't sound like he's causing any issue in the back right now. I think he's subdued. Other than that, we want law enforcement as soon as we get on the ground and park.
So the controllers the controller was being told that they'd like law enforcement as soon as they get on the ground, and that occurred. This happened last evening, on the evening of the 22nd of October, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of follow-up today as to how this person got in the cockpit. Of course, it sounds like it was a male, I believe, was fully credentialed to be where he was, but had some sort of a mental breakdown and attempted to do what he attempted to do. So it's one of the things about access to the flight deck, which is very critical, that pilots are there. The background checks, the security checks, of course. One thing we can't prevent is some mental breakdown that we don't know the pilot might be suffering from, and this can be an occurrence. Luckily, a safe outcome. Everybody got on the ground in Portland. This person was removed, arrested, and the flight apparently continued to San Francisco.
All right, 2059, Roger. You can contact that point on first now on 11821. 167. And point of approach as to 6059, 16,500, rather 16,500, 10,000, information Quebec.
President 2059, Southern approach, call number 2990, South Island, runway 28 left approach, to maintain 8,000.
Get down to 8,000 and ILS 3 left. Thanks.
So these Horizon pilots, Horizon is one of the regional airlines for Alaska, and they're doing a great job staying composed following this attempted shutdown of both engines. So they're doing a really professional job of prioritizing flying the airplane and getting the airplane safely on the ground in Portland.